Toronto, and I read this line. All right, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash. You always did like pushing around people shorter than you. Well, I'm shorter. Try pushing me. Ow! And they just
Perfect.
Kool Geeks Tribunal, eternal, forever.
And New York Comic Con 2023, exciting news, excited to talk to Mr. Cal Dodd, otherwise known as Wolverine. If you didn't know, the claws are lethal, they're sharp, and you were in everybody's childhood that grew up as a 90s kid. What was it like to have that experience as an X-Man? On camera?
On camera?
Well, your voice being on camera.
For me, because just said, it was the first voiceover job I'd ever had. I was a singer, singing jingles and commercials in studios, the top singer in Canada for, singing jingles and stuff, studio singer. Toured with Joe Cocker with a band I joined, and music was my life. And then someone heard me doing a commercial for Chrysler where they wanted someone to be the sergeant, so there's 5 guys and myself. So they said, you be the sergeant to me. So he said, who's got all the 4x4s? They all answered, Chrysler's got the 4, that kind of thing. The girl that did the casting for X-Men remembered that and said, Cal, would you like to audition for an animated series? I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, it's a cat called Wolverine. And I said, okay, whoever that is. We were all Canadian. We didn't know who the X-Men were. I went into the audition. They showed me a picture of Wolverine. He said he's 5'3", tough as nails, a little grumpy. And I said, a little grumpy. And the first line I ever read in my audition was this. Here comes that whole group. The first line I ever read, the guys from LA and New York, the producers, the writers and all that are in Toronto. And I read this line. All right, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash. You always did like pushing around people shorter than you. Well, I'm shorter. Try pushing me. Ow! And they just went, oh dear. Give him some more lines. So I read for the next 10, 15 minutes, and I went home and they phoned me the next day, would you like to be our Wolverine? And I said, oh, let me check. Yes. Yeah, of course. So it was an experience, my first ever doing that kind of thing. And to have this guy, it was just a luck. And I knew who he was and how it just came out.
Wow, that is definitely amazing. And you started off right. It was made for you, just the mere fact that you were Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. The only Canadian X-Men, and I got the gig.
It was already in the stars for you, right?
You got it.
So, Wolverine, now that you know about him after playing him for so long, what is your impression of him?
Of Wolverine?
Yeah.
He's a gem. Like I said, he became like my brother. And when the 5 years of the series, our first 92 to 96, 92, 3, 4, 5, and 6, the end of 96 was the end of 5 years. And they said, that's it. What? What are you doing? Why? Well, it's just an unwritten law that 5 years and then you move on. Well, that was a big mistake. I mean, 25 years later, I get called back. We're in the same studio we were in 30 years ago. And it was he's back. It's like my brother is back again. So.
Yes, indeed.
Happier than a pig, and
Yes, indeed. Wolverine is back. Everybody's excited for X-Men 97. We know the official date hasn't been dropped yet, but we're looking forward to it. Based on where the show was back in the 90s, and now we're in a whole different time period. Things are very different these days. The X-Men have always been very much a champion for or representation of people that were ostracized in society.
Yep. And equal rights.
What should we expect coming out of X-Men 97?
The same sort of stuff, but faster paced, new characters, and using a lot of the values and stuff that's changed the way people are and what you're getting what they're permissive society, and it's much more permissive vis-a-vis anything in life, and whatever you choose to do and whatever you are, you're okay to get away with that and to do it, not get away with it, but to live the life that's yours.
Right. And so, there were some really, really heavy episodes back in the day, like Nightcrawler teaching Wolverine, your brother, about the Bible and things of that.
But it was only stone and mortar. The foundation God has built in our hearts can never be destroyed.
Man, I don't get you.
Here, I've marked a few passages you may find rewarding. Remember, Herr Logan, different eyes.
Could we expect more of, heavy episodes like that?
I only hope. I'm about to do it tomorrow. When I get back tomorrow we're in New York, as you said, to Toronto. I have to go to record our 13th episode. So everything's a surprise to me when I get in there. I know nothing. We know nothing. Don't even know when it's going to premiere, but it'll be next year for sure. February, March, hopefully.
Excellent, excellent. So we're so happy to have you back. We thank you for speaking with us. You've done great work that we all cherish, growing up with. And is there anything else that you're working on that people can find you away from the X-Mansion?
No, X-Men, period.
He's 10 toes down, y'all. He's 10 toes down with the mutant revolution. Thank you for speaking to me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Okay, man.
All right. Good seeing you. We're gonna keep tabs on you.
I'm
Keep
going
up.
back to my table now to sign.
Yes, indeed.
Bye, folks. See ya.
Wolverine! Tell Cyclops I made him a convertible.